Are looking at wheel waxes to see if they make any noticeable difference to how they, it. Welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. I'm here with Reg again, and we are looking today at wheel waxes. And we're going to put a wheel wax on half an alloy wheel, so half of it's going to be untreated, half of it's going to be treated. And the aim of that is to see if we can actually notice any difference between how it makes that alloy wheel. Oh, I've lost it. What am I trying to say?
How you know, if it actually does help repel dirt.
If it helps repel dirt and make the alloy wheel easier to clean and maintain.
Yeah.
Okay, right, let's go again. Welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. I'm here with Reg. Today we are looking at wheel waxes, and we're going to be putting a wheel wax on half of an alloy wheel to see if that wheel wax actually makes it easier to repel dirt and keep that alloy wheel protected and clean. And we're going to try and see how long that lasts. Yeah? Mm-hmm. That's good. Right.
Yeah.
Guess that I am wrong or how we're closer now. I've been making my amends. Come and see. Where have you been off to now? Wait for me, dear beloved, lend me light as I wander off into the night, or I won't be found, or I won't be found.
You keep the wheel in the middle. That's it. Stop trying to... You're hogging all the camera. Right.
Get in. Yeah, go on.
So first up, predictions. My prediction is that putting this wheel wax on half of the alloy won't make that much difference to how it is to clean the alloy, how the dirt and brake dust comes off of it, and whatever difference there is, I predict it's not going to last long. Over to Reg, what's your prediction?
Well, I think it's much better than not having anything on the wheel. I think having a wax on there, paste wax on there, will help repel some dirt.
So you'll see half of the alloy wheel easier to clean.
I think so,
than the
yeah.
other half. And how long do you reckon it's going to last, that effect?
Probably up to a month.
A month.
Yeah.
Okay, let's find out, viewers.
I thought that was quite good, actually.
Oh, I'm glad someone did. Right, can you come over the top there, Reg? That sounded a bit dodgy. Alright, ready? You getting this? You in focus? That's it, it's good old lug. HDD breakthrough wheel shampoo. Good, this wheel shampoo, I tell you. You getting this?
Yep. Are you going in the barrel as well?
Yeah.
You know what would be a cool shot? To
What?
go inside the wheel, to have you sort of like...
Me?
No, to have the camera like there, so you can see you cleaning it from first
Through
person.
the alloy, okay.
I might do that actually.
Come on then, come round. Is that looking good?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. It's like a porno.
Yeah. Be even better when you get the wheel woolly in there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh god.
You dirty bastard.
You dirty bastard.
Right, I think the face is looking good.
Let's just get that. Jesus.
Back off, back off. You getting this? Oh.
I don't know.
Hold on.
I'm not on detail. I'm a novice. You ready?
That's definitely going in.
No, it's not.
Going in.
That goes in. No, it's not going in, John. It's not going in. Okay.
Okay.
Good. Stinky.
Oi.
And action.
And action. Here you get this?
Yep. Go. Jesus Christ, John.
Get this nice sexy shots of it there, scrubbing. Oh yeah. Look at this stuff. Whale blubber. Well, we're going to put loads of this on.
It's very soft.
We're going to put loads of this on the basis that I've got loads of it on.
Yeah.
Well, it's easy to put on, I suppose. Are we going to leave it?
Don't forget to do the bit where this tape is, that side bit there.
There?
Yeah, and down.
All in there?
No, like here. There, that bit there. Use paper towels to get bird poo off my bonnet once.
What?
Yeah, that was a long time ago. That was before I knew about
Hear
cleaning.
this, viewers.
Yeah,
Paper
but
towels.
I learnt from my mistake. We polished it out and it never happened again.
Using toilet roll to clean his car.
But that's what happens. A lot of people don't know about detailing and think that's okay.
I'm
and that
sure
was me.
I've
I
used
was
toilet roll at some point in my life.
This was a very long time ago.
You were innocent, young.
We were all not detailers at one point in our life. We've all got to start somewhere.
Did you say you're a detailer
Don't
now
put-
then, Reg?
Right, I'm serious. I'm going to stop this video. I don't want you to say that, please.
Alright, what did I say? What do I say?
Just say nothing.
You
Just
used
don't
the
put it in.
sponge.
Just don't put it in. Please, thank you. Please, mate. I got enough on my
We can
plate
edit
as
it.
is.
Where you say paper towel, I can cut out. Say the word sponge.
Sponge.
I can just cut that over the top.
Could you just? For... Actually, that.
I once used a paper sponge.
Actually, just do that. Yeah. That's actually quite a good idea. That's quite funny because it will sound like you've done it on purpose. So. I don't know. I'll probably use paper sponge to get bird poo off my bonnet once.
What?
That's good. It means it's cured, doesn't it?
Yeah. You watch the new series of Walking Dead?
No. Is it today? It's on.
Yesterday, I think it started.
Oh, okay.
Same shit, different zombies.
Yeah. Once a zombie, always a zombie. Yeah, John, you missed a bit. I can see it from here.
Don't matter. Anything you leave is more wax. It's deliberate.
Yeah.
Right. Ready?
Yep.
Let's get nice. You getting all this? Do you want to do some free flowing motion shots?
Yep.
The old natural world.
And here we have
It's a Dickie Floribus.
the human being cleaning his alloy.
We have educate them. Getting this? Whoa.
In the first person.
Okay.
Yep.
This is a nice bit here. Get right in there. Okay.
Yep.
So. Oh no. Shit. The wax is resisting.
Well, it's doing its job.
Yeah, it's resisting the ink. That's enough though, isn't it? So if we have remember, if we have this at the top,
Yeah.
it's there onwards.
It's space. Yeah, exactly.
Come on. Too old for this shit, Reg. 3 to 4 weeks later, and the car's done, you know, God knows how much. It must be somewhere between 500 and probably about 500 miles, let's say, not as much as 1,000. And it's covered in brake dust and dirt. And I've taken the wheel off of the car and cleaned it and had a look and see if I can see any difference between the two halves. Now, the important thing with this particular subject of wheel waxes is to apply this wax to all the barrels of the wheels and inside the spokes and everything. The alloy needs to come off the car, and you need to spend a fair old amount cleaning it and decontaminating it, maybe polishing it if it's worth polishing, before you apply whatever form of protection you do. Now, we know that the ceramic coatings are particularly effective and long lasting. So when you're doing all that prep work, the thing that was going on in my mind is that, is it really worth using these wheel waxes when you've done 99% of the work is prepping it for whatever sort of protection you're going to put on there? And even if it's a ceramic coating, once it's prepped, you can put the coating on quite quickly. The disadvantage is, of course, you've got to kind of leave it to fully cure and not kind of get it wet or wash it for a significant amount of time, where a wax is a little bit more forgiving. You could argue that wax doesn't really require the same level of prep as the ceramic coating, and you just kind of almost sling it on and buff it off. So there's a little disadvantage and advantage. Now, what did I find from... Now my findings from taking this alloy wheel off, the first thing I will say is, in terms of did it make one half of the alloy wheel cleaner before I've cleaned it than the other half that didn't have any protection on it? And the answer is no. And if I had to pick the cleanest side, it was the side without the wax on that seemed to have slightly less brake dust on the face of the thick spokes on the alloy. In the barrel there was absolutely no measurable difference that I could see, but perhaps on the face of the alloy, the side with the wax on it looked like the film was a little bit thicker. Not much in it, but you could see a difference that I could pick up on the camera. So that's the first thing. It didn't keep the alloy wheel any cleaner that I could see than the side without it. The second thing, was it easier to clean the side that had been protected with this wheel wax sealant than the side that hadn't? The answer to that is not that I could spot. The sort of non-bonded brake dust that's all sitting on the surface came off just as easily as the side that had the sealant on it. So there was no advantage for me, in simple terms, that way that I could measure. The third thing is, did it have any effect on stopping the bonded contaminates sticking to the alloy wheel? So I'd used fallout remover and I'd clayed this alloy before I put this particular protection on, so the wheel was pretty free of bonded contaminants. And in this test, I think, and there wasn't much in it, but the side that didn't have any protection on it seemed to have more bleeding spots of fallout on it than the side with the wax on it. So in summary, on those three tests, no difference in how clean it kept it, you know, in terms of the general brake dust that builds up. In fact, it was probably slightly worse, but negligible. No difference in how easy it was to clean the wheel. There was a slight bit of a hydrophobic effect that was very minor there after a month. I haven't cleaned this alloy either, so it's not been hit with loads of chemicals over the last sort of 3 weeks or whatever. But very little water repellency. Not that water repellency equals dirt repellency, so but you know, it's nice whenever you put something like a wax on to see it beading insanely. Everyone likes that. It doesn't on the wheel, and I don't know if that must be because of the brake dust that's hitting it, because like I said, I haven't cleaned them. Thirdly, was there any improvements in the bonded fallout contaminant on the alloy? And I'd say yeah, there was. There was enough spots of bleeding fallout on the other side. It just looked a lot more purple around the actual rim. So that was the findings I made. So what are the final conclusions on wheel waxes and cars? Well, for me, like I've mentioned in this video, it takes a hell of a lot of time to take your alloys off and clean them and prep them for any sort of protection to be put on. That's the hard bit and the dirty bit and the bit that takes time and it's messy. Once you've done that, again, I think you're looking to maximise the amount of protection you've got, so you don't have to take these alloy wheels off any more than, you know, once a year, ideally, every 6 months maybe, twice a year, I don't know. But what I can say is the biggest advantage with the ceramic coatings here is that you can noticeably see the difference in dirt repellency when you've applied a ceramic coating to your alloys. So what that means in practical terms is when you go to clean them, that layer of film, a lot more of it just comes off when you pre-wash and jet wash the alloy, and it's less kind of contact cleaning and heavy chemical cleaning. So really for me, with alloy wheels that are worth coating, I think my recommendation is almost certainly going to be to use a ceramic coating if you're confident to apply them, and they're not difficult to apply. The key thing is the prep, as with anything. So wheel waxes weren't a complete failure, but it's very hard to measure any practical advantages you get from them. They also have the advantage that a tub of it will last your lifetime. You don't have to use a lot. But like I say, the main thing is you do not get enough noticeable protection that actually helps you with that really thick build-up of brake dust that you get on your car. Although the wax does seem to affect how that contaminant can actually bond onto the surface. So there are some positives. So this is a really kind of honest review of wheel waxes in terms of what I think. There's probably nothing too controversial here. I mean, everyone knows that the ceramic coatings are really, really potent and do have that dirt repellency. But as always, I'm interested in your thoughts on wheel waxes, if you've moved over to using ceramic coatings on your alloys or not, what your thoughts are. Again, as well, it can vary from product to product, so there are other formats of wheel sealants that don't use wax. There might be wax-based wheel sealants that have more performance than the one I particularly use. So let me know any product recommendations you've got in the comments, as always. So thanks very much for watching, guys. This is just a quick one on the effectiveness of wheel waxes on your alloy wheels. Thanks for watching the Forensics Detailing channel, and I'll see you again shortly.